Hi, my name is Jack Manrose. This is Dying with Pride. I was just been looking through my writings. I go back a long way. Unfortunately, when I went to prison, I had a lot of time on my hands, but I always liked writing. I always liked music, so I wrote a lot of poems. I wrote a lot. Started with poetry. I just wrote whatever was in my heart, man. I came across this poem today, and it's called "Pray for Whose Sin." There's such, and this, keep in mind, this was wrote over 10 years ago. There's such thing. Oh, I'm sorry. There's such thing as justice to those who justify, looking for answers in the sky, searching for the truth in a world embellished with deception. So I dropped to my knees and asked the Lord for direction. As my own adversary, my life is lived in sin. Only heaven or hell will tell if I'm forgiven or condemned. Feeling cursed, I've questioned your motive since birth. Why can't you see the dark cloud above your earth? You're so obtuse to the pain that I ask to trade me places. Through my eyes you will see a world with two faces. I am not here to challenge your purpose. I'm simply searching for my own. Back then, I never thought God was around me because I really didn't do anything to believe in Him. God is always with you. You're the reason that God isn't in your heart. God is always there. God is always watching His earth. God is always watching over you. And once you change your life and you start being grateful, God really shows you the character that you have inside of you. He shows you what you can take. He shows you everything. I probably have over 1,000 writings, and that's not exaggerated. Some are angry, some are sad, some are poetry, some are about the world, some are about problems. But God has mercy. God has mercy. God knows we're sinners, and God says there's a heaven, and I believe truly in that. But I also believe truly that there's a hell, man. And you have to believe and give yourself to the Lord. That's the only thing that gets me through the days, is giving all, like I said, giving the big things to God, and talking, reaching out, everything. Because when you reach out to God, He is always there. I have never ever reached out to God in one way or another. He hears me. I've prayed for my life in prison. There was times where I thought people in there who were never getting out. There was times I prayed. I yelled at him. There's times I cussed him. It's a journey. Life is a journey. But every time I can remember truly asking God in my heart for something, and truly asking Him to protect me at some point or something else. He always has, and He always does. In hindsight now, I see it. My whole life, I have been saved by moments where I've prayed and asked for help and reached out. I was too stubborn, and I was too much of a tough guy to ask anybody else. But the few times I did reach out to God, He really answered. And I thought it was a coincidence. I chalked it up. But at the end of the day, we all know there really isn't anything such thing coincidence. It's all how you look at life, and you appreciate those little things. The more you appreciate those little things in life, the more life you'll have. The more you'll keep getting to be a better person in every area of your life. The huntingtons, man, is hard. It really is. Some days when I have good days, I feel like I don't think about it as much. I'm more positive. But there's a lot of days where they're not good days, and I have really bad movements, really impaired speech. I don't even drink, but I sound and look like a drunk guy. And the funny thing is I'm tall, so I'm like 6'3". So I'll be tipping over and tripping over stuff. We have a blind dog that I'm surprised I haven't plastered in the ground because I always trip over. But that's another thing, about animals and God and everything. Just let yourself love. Life is so much better when you let yourself love people and love things and love everything. When you hate, it just makes you a hateful person. Makes everything seem hard. Makes everything seem like a victim. And I used to play a victim. I used to blame the way I was raised. I used to blame society. I used to blame prison. I used to blame youth jails. But it was no. I mean, I would have never been in any of those if I hadn't made the choices, that I did. And it really I just want to thank you everybody for listening to me, because it really makes my heart lighter some days to just look into a camera and be able to talk, because some days like today I just really appreciate my life. And I know I say that a lot, but that is the key. I'm thankful for my sisters, my mom. I'm thankful for God. I haven't made the journey that I should to God. I'm still working on things like that. I mean, nobody's perfect, but in the end, you really have to sacrifice your time, your Sundays, your football Sundays. Read the Bible during the day. You have to make that effort to keep that relationship. And I've been scared to take that steps my whole life, and I still haven't completely taken it. But I know it's in the future. I know it's coming. I believe in God. I pray to God every night. I have a blessed cross that my wife and her mother gave me, and they gave it to me right before I drove down to get diagnosed with huntingtons when I first got diagnosed, to protect me and bring me luck. My mom paid for a really nice hotel down there for us, and everything was made better by God, in those events. And my wife, Michelle, she was down there with me the whole time. I broke down crying. Even though in my heart I kind of knew that I had it, I couldn't stop crying. I think they were kind of crazy, because this big old 6'3" dude, with tattoos and beard, is bawling. So I think I caught the doctors off guard. Anyway, peace and love. I just want everybody to keep their heads up. People that have reached out to me, I'm thinking about you guys. I love you guys. Keep peace. One love.